What's going on, everyone? So we are just returning from a 4-day trip with the RV. We had an absolute blast. We traveled about 1,000 miles round trip this time, and it's absolutely been great. What we are planning on doing today, though, is going to be a big enhancement to the fifth wheel, and I want to share it with you. So hang tight. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so what you are looking at in front of you is a product that was sent to me by Haloview for review and evaluation. This is a new camera system that they just released, and it is really cool. Now, since seeing this product, I've noticed a few others on the market that are about 3 or 4 times more expensive than this, but this is a really cool product. But let me show you what I currently have from Haloview before we open this up. So on the back of our chaparral, we have the Haloview 7108 model, which is their longer range camera system. It is only a reverse camera, so this is going to provide me a really good angle whenever I am backing the fifth wheel in, especially to our storage spot, and I want to get it as close to the wall as possible without hitting it. I like to be able to drop this rack occasionally so I can climb up there and do any type of maintenance or clean the back off, and I like to have enough space to have a comfortable workroom back here. So that's what we've been using. Let me show you what they sent me. So in this box is the new Halo 7-inch Dominator system. And this is supposed to have like 1,000 feet of range. It's pretty crazy. And it's supposed to be a little bit greater range than what we currently have. 720p resolution. As you open it up, has the 7-inch monitor right here. The mounting bracket. Your cabling, as well as a digital transmitter. And then the reverse camera right here. So this will replace the current system that I have. All right, so this new wireless Dominator system uses a different type of technology to get the signal from the back of the RV to the truck itself. All right, so let me show you how this works. The new wireless Dominator system has quite a bit more to it than the previous system. The previous system had an antenna that would mount to the back of this camera. The camera would mount to the back of your fifth wheel or your travel trailer, and it would wirelessly reach to the monitor up front, which is a 7-inch monitor with its little antenna here. And you get both a 12-volt cigarette style adapter as well as a hardwire adapter if you want to connect the monitor to your vehicle either permanently or temporarily, as in using this plug. The new system, though, and I think this is a way for them to kind of guarantee that the camera will be able to reach the monitor and there won't be any type of intermittent signal while you're driving, is to connect the camera to this interesting splitter. The splitter goes to power. This would essentially go to one of your rear clearance lights, so it turns on with that. And then you have this adapter which converts it to this really long cable, 12 meters of cable, which will then connect it to this wireless transmitter closer to the front of your fifth wheel, which would place it closer to the monitor in the vehicle. So again, camera, splitter, long cable, place it as close to the front of the truck as possible so it reaches the monitor, and that would pretty much guarantee that you're not going to have any type of an intermittent signal between the camera and the monitor. Now, what's new about this isn't so much this setup. This setup is kind of cool because it does increase your signal. What I really don't care for is the fact that you have to run a bunch of zip tie connections all the way to the front of your trailer. So whether you choose to route this on top of your fifth wheel or underneath it, I'm not exactly sure what the limitations to this are going to be. I personally don't want to run a bunch of wiring over the top of the fifth wheel and then drill through the fifth wheel if I can avoid it. But this is the setup that you would use to connect the camera system itself. Now, in terms of what I like about the new system, and one of the reasons why I'm probably willing to do all this, is because of what's in this box. So let's open this one up and show you what this one's all about. So in this box, you have these really cool side view cameras. So what this does is it replaces the side clearance light on your travel trailer or fifth wheel with this really interesting mount that includes an LED light plus a side view camera. Now on the top, you have a spot for you to screw your antenna in. Let me give you kind of an idea of how this would mount on your RV. So coming down the side of the fifth wheel, maybe 10 feet from the front, you'll have a side clearance light. And you'll simply remove this. You will, well, this goes on the other side, but you kind of get the point. You'll mount this in its place. They look pretty similar. There's not a lot of difference there. This one is standard LED. I actually put an LED bulb inside of the ones that were on the fifth wheel in the first place. But you'll replace them, and it'll essentially face back like this. And these will wirelessly connect to the truck. And it simply wires in with the existing wiring from your lights. So just like the reverse camera, when you turn on your truck parking lights, it'll turn on these lights and power up the cameras wirelessly so you can view them from the inside of the vehicle. So that's pretty cool. And that's something I think a lot of people would find value in, especially when you're maneuvering a fifth wheel or a trailer into a tight spot and you get into that area where you see a blind spot and you really can't see down the side of your trailer. So this will give you a lot of visibility that you might not otherwise have. So that is really cool, and that is the main reason why I'm willing to go through all the trouble of wiring this system in and replacing the existing system that we have. So the first thing I need to do is remove this lens cover, and it's pretty simple. You can do it with a pocket knife or you can do it with a screwdriver, but you just want to reach underneath here and you want to kind of twist a little bit. And then the lens cover comes off. After that, we're simply going to take these two screws out. And there we go. The gasket that seals the hole is actually here on the back. As you can see from the outline, they probably could have placed it up a little bit higher, but you can see the Asdel wall right here. There's no water intrusion in that hole whatsoever, so the gasket's done a pretty good job, and you can essentially see how it's molded to the shape of the hole over time. So what I'm going to do is pull as much of this wiring out as possible without damaging it. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is simply cut the wire right here. That way I don't have to rebundle these larger wire bundles right here, and I can splice directly into the light on the side of the RV. Now, because you can really only wire LEDs up one way, I can turn the parking lights on and I can test specifically which connection is going to work properly with these lights. Okay, so you're going to have 4 wires on the back of each Haloview light, and you can wire it so you can use these as like a surveillance system or security system, or you can use them simply as your side marker cameras when you're towing. If you want to use them simply as your side marker cameras, you're going to take the black wire, pair it to the white wire, and the red wire, pair it to the black wire. And you can see they already have them ran through the 12-volt sticker and the ground sticker, so you don't have to really worry about getting that wrong. That's how we plan on wiring it. So I'm simply going to take my crimps, wire it up on this side, and this side. Alright, so now I have the parking lights on the truck turned on, which are going to turn them on the trailer, and all I have to do is connect it in, and if the light comes on, I know I have it wired correctly. There we go. I'll go ahead and complete my crimping. And then I'm going to heat shrink my connections just to make sure no moisture gets in, even though this connection is kind of a open connection. Okay, so now all I need to do is tuck the wires back into the RV, get everything mounted, and we're good with this side. And then I just need to put the antenna on. And that side is good to go. Okay, so we finished up the passenger side. We're jumping here to the driver's side, and we're going to try to do this one really quick. See how quickly I can do it, as long as I do it correct. There we go, all done with camera number 2. So right now we have cameras on both sides. These were incredibly easy to wire in, and they work with all of the lights already. Plus they are super bright LED, so that's a big enough upgrade. Okay, so check that out. So I went ahead and just wanted to test the two cameras. Apparently they both have microphones because I can hear myself through the speakers on this monitor. But that is really cool. And because the monitor is positioned like this, it's the correct sides as well. So this is the open range on one side, and that is the other fifth wheel on the other side. But check that out. That is so cool. I need to adjust the one on the right out slightly because it's viewing more of the side of the RV than the one here on the left. But as you can see, you get a really good view of what's going on down the side of your trailer, and that is awesome. Okay, so I just went and moved this one out a little bit more, but still, just check out that viewing angle. That's going to be really cool. So whenever we get the back one wired up and I get it added, you'll see the reverse camera right here, and then you'll have these two showing you what's going on down the sides. That is really, really cool. And I'll probably do another video on the reverse camera simply because it's going to be much more in depth in terms of getting the wire to the booster and the booster placed properly. Anyways, guys, I did want to show you what this new side view camera system looks like because I think that is pretty awesome and it integrates in really well. Let's take a look at those cameras again a little further away so you can see what they look like. Okay, so this is the one on the connection side, and you can see I can actually hear myself from the truck right now through the microphone on here. But you can see it's capturing a pretty good swath of area because you can read this open range sticker from inside of the truck. So it's giving you about that much visibility. Let's take a look at the other side. So taking a look at the camp side, you can see that this one also gives you a tremendous amount of visibility. And this one, again, views right off the side here, and it's viewing about that type of an angle. They both have microphones on them. Doesn't seem like there's any problem with the range reaching the truck itself. I can probably prop this one out a little bit more because it's capturing quite a bit of the wall here, and I'd rather it see as far out the side as possible. I love the LED lights. Those look really good and they're super intense. But this setup is pretty nice and it's pretty reasonably priced. I'll put a link in the description of this video if this is something you might be interested in adding to your trailer. So far, these are super easy to install. I'm talking about less than 5 minutes per side once you figure out what's going on. It's just such an easy system to install from that perspective. If you already have a backup camera on your system, you may need to remove that camera so if you want all of them viewable through the same screen, but it seems like it's going to be easy enough. I simply have to get the booster ran to the right spot, and I don't have a lot of room here on top of this storage area, so I'm probably going to have to pull the fifth wheel out, get the camera mounted up, run the power in, run the booster all the way to the front up here, and then simply connect that monitor to power so I can see that camera as well. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video if this is something you're interested in. It's definitely a cool piece of technology. It's one that I was excited to get in, and this was provided for me. So Haloview sent this camera to me for evaluation. Just like the very first Haloview camera that they provided me, I had problems with the range, and I shared those with you. So if I have any issues with these whatsoever, I will let you guys know, and I'll let you know what those are and what to look out for. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification button, and I'll be back with you soon.